Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to learn about forest resources. Okay, now what is a forest? What are forest resources, children? Resources means anything from where we can obtain something which is useful to us, that is called as a resource. Okay, then what are forest resources? Forest resources are all those substances or things that we obtain from the forest or plants which are useful to us in our daily life. Okay, so in this topic we are going to learn about all the useful things that we get from the forest or how useful the forest is. So before we understand forest resources, let us understand what is forest. Forest is an extensive area of land covered by a variety of plants. Okay, now extensive area means a huge area, okay, which is completely covered by the plants. Now, what a forest is a habitat, and it's a natural habitat of plants, animals, and microbes. So in the forest, you have plants staying in it, microbes staying in it. Microbes means microorganisms, and also very many types of plants. About 30% of the total land of the world is covered by the forest. Now, forests have got two types of functions to perform. So, a forest has two types of functions to perform. One is the protective function and another one is the productive functions. So protective functions include all those things in the way in which a forest protects our environment, and productive means what kind of products we get from the forest. So first let us have a look at the protective functions of the forest. Okay, so what are the protective functions of the forest? First, to reduce the velocity of water flowing over the land. Velocity means the water does not stay at the there are two types of water, the one which is still and the one which flows. Okay, so if there are no plants, the water will flow with a very high speed. Okay, but because of the plants or trees or the forest, the speed of the water which is flowing over the land is controlled or is reduced. To prevent soil erosion, as you can see in the picture, where sometimes due to wind and water, the soil flows away. Okay, so if you have forest or plants, what happens, the roots of the plants holds the soil very firmly, and it prevents the soil erosion, it prevents the soil from flowing away. To help percolation of water into the ground. Now, if you can see in the picture, you can see in the yellow arrows, what does they show? Sometimes when it rains, okay, what happens? Some of the water gets collected in the rivers or lakes. Some of the water flows away, and there is some amount of water which goes inside the under the ground. Okay, so who helps for this? The plants helps in percolation of the water. It allows the water to go into the ground, which can be used later as the underground water. To control floods, if you don't have forest, then what will happen? The water will go on flowing or it may go on accumulating. But if you have forest or plants, what happens? The water which comes in the form of rain, it seeps inside the earth, and it prevents the condition of floods. So to control floods, forests are very important. To reduce the rate of evaporation. Now, we are all aware of evaporation. When you're liquid, okay, the water from the plants, okay, they convert into the gaseous form, or it goes out in the atmosphere. That is called as the evaporation. So to reduce this evaporation, what happens is we have plants. In plants, the water goes out of it by the process of transpiration. To protect the wildlife, the very most important function what forest does is it protects all the wildlife. You can see in the picture, you have the elephant, you have deer, you have zebra. So various kind of wildlife that you find in the forest are all protected by the forest. To maintain balance in the atmosphere, it maintains the balance of the atmospheric gases. Okay, all the gases, like if you all know that plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So in this way it helps us to maintain the balance of the atmospheric gases. So these were some of the protective functions of the forest. These were the ways in which the forest protects us. Now let us have a look at the productive functions of the forest. So, productive functions of the forest means what kind of products that we get from the forest. So, the first one that we all know is we get a strong and durable firewood. Okay, now if you can see, there are various types of trees from which we get firewood or strong wood. The first one, if you can see in the picture, it's teak. Then you have mahogany. You have neem tree. We are all aware of neem trees. Then we have acacia and subabul. So these are the various types of trees which give us strong wood, and sometimes it gives us firewood. Okay. Now wood is also used in making furniture. So we all know that the main important use of the wood, it is used in furniture, making furnitures. Yes, and also sometimes to make farming implements. The implements that we use while farming are all made up of wood. Fibers, okay. Then we get various cotton and all various types of fibers we get from the plants. Then paper, we all know that paper is made from the pulp of the wood. See, if you see, the trees are cut down into the way logs, then they are crushed down and then they are heated, and then the pulp is formed, and that from that pulp we get the paper. Rubber, you can see in the picture, we get rubber from the bark of the tree. The bark, see, there is a cut made in the stem of the tree or the bark of the tree, and from that you get the rubber coming out. Gum, you can see this gum, this is a natural gum which is a waste product of the plant. So this gum is used, we get various type of we get gum from these various types of trees, which is a very useful product. Lemongrass, we get this lemongrass, we get various medicinal plants also from this. Like if you can see here, we get various aromatic substances sometimes, and we get this fragrant oil. This lemongrass gives us the fragrant nice essential oil. Okay, then this vanilla is also one of the plant which gives us an very uh, nice oil. Even this kevada, and then we have this vetiver which is called as a khas plant, okay, or khaskhas plant. Now these are all the medicinal herbs, or they are sometimes they give us fragrant, nice, the one with a nice smell. We get various types of oils from these types of plants. Then we also know eucalyptus, okay. This eucalyptus also gives us a nice fragrant oil. We get sandalwood. We all know what is sandalwood. That's a chandan. Yes, so sandalwood we get. We get various types of fruits from the forest. As you can see, very nice and colorful fruits we can see in the video. Yes, there we get honey also, and we get the sealing wax which we used for sealing various envelopes and various important documents. So this sealing wax also we get from the forest. Various natural dyes, if you can see, there are various colors that they have shown here. If you see, from this you are getting this dye, then from this fruit you are getting this colored dye. Okay, so from various, we all know from turmeric also we get a yellow color. So various dyes also we get from various products. Then we get various types of medicinal herbs also. Okay, medicinal plants which are very important. The first one is ashwagandha. You have heard it many times, the ashwagandha. We have shatavari. Then we have amla, very important, very commonly used medicinal plant. We have hirda, behada, and then tulsi. We also know tulsi, we have seen it around us. So all these medicinal plants also we obtain from the forest. Now, so we get various types of medicinal plants, and we get various types of oils from the plants which are normally used in making, sometimes not only oils, but those oils are used also used in making of soaps and cosmetics and in essence sticks. Essence sticks means agarbatti. Yes, so all these various products that we make are all obtained from the forest. So in this way, if we see, there are lots and lots of uses of the forest. Thank you.